Good morning, Hiram here. This morning I'm going to make myself some oatmeal using my version of a Volcano stove Swiss Ranger kit. Now this is something I put together, and I think anybody can make something up like this. This is just a duffel bag with some components in it. A pan wrench, a couple of spoons. Got to get this stuff out first so I can get the stove out. Now, for those of you that know what a Volcano stove Ranger kit is, it stands about 12 inches. This, as it stands right now, is about 6.5, I think. And basically, just a rubber band or a Velcro strip, can, lid on the bottom, pegs stuck away in it. Lift the can out, or lift the pot out. Inside is a windscreen, and it's basically just I think this was a bean can, both top and bottom cut out, air holes cut in the bottom, and then 3 pairs of holes dividing the can into thirds. And what happens here is you just take the L-shaped pegs, which I made from voting signs that you find all along the road. The day after election day is a good time to go out and just clean up, and you'll have lots of heavy duty wire. Anyway, you just stick it in, hold a hole, hold a hole, and hold the hole. Put them in, push them down, and by this configuration, what it gives you is an open area in the middle of the can. Instead of having the crossbars going apart, going across, and getting in the way of the flame, this gives you a hole right up through the middle for the flame to come. Okay, now the pan is just a lid. I use magnets for my cover tops, carry a spare in case it gets lost. Alcohol, matches, and clips for the windscreen. Just take the stove out. Sorry, not a big enough table here. And this is the stove that I use. I think there's alcohol in there. So what we'll do to get this show on the road is put some alcohol in for prime. Get out the wooden matches that were in the stove. I put them in there. These are waterproof matches, but I also put them in a little plastic bag to, help keep them so that they light. And we got the stove lit. I'll turn out the light, see if we can see the flame. Let that have a chance to go. And the pot that I use for boiling my water. I don't necessarily eat out of that. I have another container that I use for that, which I'll tell you about. But this is a milkshake mixer that I got from Goodwill. And with using these 3 pegs, I've adjusted it for the flame. What you might want to do, depending on what stove you use, is make several layers of holes for the pegs so that you can adjust the flame. Anyway, it just goes right in like that. Air holes in the bottom. There's air space up on the top so that the heat can just go right up through. And then the lid just goes right on top. Again, I use a magnet, and it's never melted or anything, so it's worked good. So that's going pretty good. I have a cup of water here at room temperature. Just pour it in the cup. Put this over the flame. And put my mug in there with the lid. Now I'm not going to run, let's see what time we got here, 6 minutes. What I'm going to do is, well, I'll run this out to 10 and then I'll do a second part. The windscreen is just some aluminum stuff that I got from Goodwill. I got a whole roll of this stuff, looks like it's 100 feet or more of this stuff for $1. And what I used to do was use paper clips to hold it together, but then when I'd go to try to pull it off, they would snag on the windshield thing here. So one morning I was in the bathroom and I happened to look at the sink area and I had an epiphany. Here my wife had her hairpins, which are just a clip that go on here just great. They slide on, no problems, and come right off, no problems. So I went out and got a package of these things, and this is what I use now for my windscreens. That just goes down right over like that, and it heats up. So let's see, what else? Oh, the container that I use for doing my food in is these things. I got a couple of these at Goodwill. I think this was 75 cents each, and well worth the price. They're called Rhea, from Thermos, called Thermos Max. I haven't been able to find these things in any catalogs or anything. I don't know where they came from, but it's a double-walled stainless steel container with a plastic inset. Now there I've already got my oatmeal to use for this morning. It's an instant oatmeal. Love this stuff for breakfast. Just sits right in there. Has a lid on it that becomes a stand. And stuff's starting to bubble already. Never did do a time schedule on this thing. I mean a time, see how long it takes to boil water. Okay, I'm up to 9 minutes now, so I think I'll cut this and come back for the second scene. Be right back. Watch for a minute.